Yahorou minasan, this is Yuki, your Rihanna Generation View Elf, and today I'm going to talk about seasonal anime from spring 2026. So let's start. First one I would absolutely talk about is the famous Witch Hat Atelier, which I think already a lot of people have heard about it because of the extremely gorgeous art style and also the symbolic framing in the manga. If any of you check it, some of them frames in the manga. I also, to give some homage to one of my closest friends, actually spent every single week sending me podcasts about this anime, comparing literally the manga and the anime frame by frame, which is, really a lot of dedication for this manga. And I believe it is actually a relaxing, family-friendly show with occasional thrilling moments. So if you're in for a story that is cool, that doesn't take so much of your brain space, really, I highly recommend it. So our story is revolving around a girl named Coco, who's mesmerized by magic since childhood in a world where you can only be a witch if you are born a witch. At least that's what they say in the beginning. However, is that the truth then? What if you can actually learn magic and study it and master it? What if you upon this secret and get unconditional protection by a famous witch? So I really love so many aspects about Witch Hat Atelier, but mainly how society treats those who are different in terms of background or ableism. In addition to the aspect that there are huge expectations on witches and responsibilities that come with their power from ordinary citizens. Another point I also noticed in the very first episode, which like many of you probably thought about, is that there is clearly a good or bad side here. It's like a question mark. And another thing I also absolutely appreciated is the opening made by the famous Japanese singer Eve, called Kazeno Anthem. So this is what I can say so far about Witch Hat Atelier without any major or minor spoilers. I think you will enjoy it more as you try it. And tell me about it. What are your initial thoughts? A lot of, I would call them forgotten series or works by famous author had been picked up for animation. And again, you all know famous author Hiromi Arakawa, who also created a show called Daemon of the Shadows. If you don't know it, I really recommend that you check it out. It's one of those shounens which has the early 2000, early 2010 vibes in terms of thrillers. There are no meaningless censorship of fights. There are plenty of bloody scenes if you like that, like me. I thought it's been a while. Honestly speaking, when I saw it, I was like, oh, nobody is censoring this. Oh, that's great. I'm loving it. So again, no beta designs for the characters, which you can just change the hair or the eyes color and you are just almost the same character. However, you should expect that if you already know about Fullmetal Alchemist, you will see some character designs that were inspired from her previous works. So you would meet like a female Edouard Elric. You would get who I'm referring to. Alphonse being the main character, why not? Who doesn't want to see that? I didn't see any fans who were deeply critical or hateful. It's more like they were just excited. Oh, look, we have got our characters revived in different anime. Why not? Again, it's another anime this season that is very gray moral type of vibes. Confusing in terms of the positioning of the main supporting characters. Because I love how the main character is not just a dumb country bumpkin truck who just goes ahead with whatever the first person tells them about modern world. Because one really important element that has been emphasized throughout the story is his hunter instinct and how he judges people around him and the new things he's learning with very critical eyes. And also the opening Tobutoki by Vaudi has some full of meaning with Yui's song again, if you listen to the full version of both of them. And all of the fans think it has been done on purpose in order to pull in the Fullmetal Alchemist fans. Does anyone here miss Inuyasha? Our dear author Rumiko Takahashi, she created a new manga which has really similar vibes to Inuyasha called Mao. If you saw the anime called Mao, you should check it out. Why? First of all, it has almost the same setting as Inuyasha, not gonna lie, it's really similar. However, this time the main difference is that we don't jump into a well, we just walk through an alley. Yeah. So, also, the main character, Nanoka, I find her more rational than Kagome, honestly speaking. She's suspicious of the situation. She doesn't trust Mao like an idiot. She's taking her steps, you know. I love that. I love Nanoka so much. And Mao, he's like a more mature, nonchalant version of Inuyasha. Like, oh, Inuyasha is sort of like a crybaby, he's always kind of complaining. He always has an issue. It's another one of those slow burn fantasy shows. It's really such a slow burn that at this point, the most recent episode, I don't believe the romance exists yet. It has a very similar world building in terms of aspects, shamanism, yokai, and forms of spirituality, which I add honestly. And it kind of has a big mixture of present and past timelines instead of parallel universe. The opening, Her Cloud, is a banger. I highly recommend listening to it. If you are into futuristic historical anime which happened in the post-World War III Japan, then be in for a delight. Have you heard about Nippon Sangoku? The main themes are politics, policy, agriculture, strategy, and war. And if you read The Art of War from Sun Tzu, that would really help you for all the references they're gonna bring in. And if you know a bit about the history of Japan during the warring times before the World War II too, that will be a great saving for you when they are referencing like war tactics and strategies that different generals have used throughout the history to get through it. It has a very clever writing. I cannot lie, this is one of the most well-written shows of this season. Probably I would put it even one step ahead of Hat Atelier, and you will get me asked to try it again. Has a strong philosophical reflective side and very unique animation and distinctive character design. The easiest way is that if I refer to the photo here in my background, but again, if you check the opening by Tatsuya Kitani, you will totally understand what I mean here. I'm not planning to really spoil it for you, but because it's something that you have to experience the plot twist as they come. If I have to sort of give it a quick summary, I would say it's a story about a farmer who decided to become the highest political advisor in his country and change the whole system just to avenge his wife. Well, that's simple. That's the whole context. But how this farmer literally managed to get there, that's what's interesting, like the journey and everything that happens in between and all the really, kind of rich, well-written characters you will meet along the way. That's what I want you to enjoy. And if you have any opinions about it, feel free to share them in the comments. I forgot to say that I'm a huge fan of Aoteru's wife character, Saki Higashimashi. She's my inspiration. Like, let's say this. She's really big inspiration and I share her train of thought, and I think I also had those ideas or still have them when I think about the kind of person in some fictional world I want to be with. You need to be ambitious. Like, really ambitious. There is one anime, just one anime this season that I have to warn you about. Like, I'm not joking. Like, this is a very serious warning. If you are depressed, if you are sad, if things are going on in your life, don't try to make your life harder by watching Agents of the Fourth Season. Just don't do that to yourself. Please don't. The reason why. Our author is the same author as Violet Evergarden, Kana Akatsuki, and I want to ask the author a question here. Who hurt you? Who did that? Who did what to you? Please let me know so that I can beat them up. Yep, beat them up. Because, I swear I will get your revenge so that you would stop writing that are so heart-wrenching type of stories and make watchers and readers suffer. This anime is way too sad. This is the worst than Violet Evergarden. And we don't even have that half episode break that we got in Violet Evergarden. We're like, okay, first half is story, it's a bit, things are going on, and then the second half is like a bit sad, and we deal with it, and then we move on. No, you don't get that break at all. The voice actors made everything way too real and agonizing even more. I watched 6 episodes so far and I'm taking a break. Honestly, I can't do this. Like, I won't watch this weekly ever again because I want just to suffer once for all. Like, I don't want to suffer every single week. And to summarize, the story is about the reincarnation of the 4 seasons and their responsibility to make the seasons bloom in each region on time. While their actions are heavily affected by their emotions and mental states, the way their clans treat them is not always the same. So you see some of this, like you have spring, autumn, summer, and then winter. Their actions are often, kind of impacted by their environment and their mental state. And you see them experiencing extreme control to being overprotected, abused, or even expendable. Each of them carrying and facing a different scale of pain, trauma, and regrets. which doesn't only apply to them, but their direct bodyguards or agents. This season, we also got blessed with a 4th season for Classroom of Elite. And if you don't know Classroom of the Elite, probably you should refer to one of my older videos, which I can tag in the description. However, again, it's more of a thriller. It's action-heavy season. Very smart use of older and newer characters. Lots of red herring that deepens the tensions. Like, let's take a break here and try to analyze a bit Classroom of the Elite. And this is something I asked all my friends who are watching the same show. Like, what is worst thing that could happen to Gyotaka Ayano Koji if he fails one of his exams? Is him getting expelled from a classroom and going to a different normal school. And that's it. Literally, that's it. It's not like life-threatening. He's not gonna lose a limb. He's not gonna lose a loved one because he doesn't have any, I assume. And that's it. Logically speaking, it's funny because all of this tension, all of this stress you get every single season is a to life and death situation. It's a bit like Blue Lock. I think all of you can understand when I talk about Blue Lock. But Blue Lock is just a sports anime, just football. Like, why there is so much thriller about it? It's essentially the same concept here. Like, the author has done such a great job at making it really interesting. I cannot thank them enough for it. So I'm not gonna say much. I think that for people who watched one of the previous season will notice as a major upgrade in season 4 is the fact that Ayano Koji has partially exposed his gifted side and became openly a target for those who want to expel him, essentially. Because in the previous season, we know that he has been using others. In this one, yeah, he's still using others, but also kind of telling them, come with me if you can. I mean, if you can. So have you heard about Dandelion? So Dandelion is by the same author as Gintama Hideki Sorashi, and it's based off his first one-shot ever written. However, some of the fans also said that only the first episode is canon as it effectively adopts the story penned by the mangaka, and everything else is anime original. Also, the story received mixed reviews. It cannot compete on par with the expectations that the author had created, and it merely echoes them. So the story revolves around angels who help lost souls pass on to the afterlife and let go of earthly attachments. They need to fulfill their own quota. It's a bit like company type of vibes kind of setting, which is kind of funny why angels have to do that anyway. And the Dandelion unit in particular have really one of the worst performances ever in the whole structure. And our main protagonist, Tetsuo Tamba, looks painfully like Hijikata from Gintama. Like, it's literally the same person jumping from one show to another. And his support was Misaki Kurogane. She looks like a fusion between Kagura and Tama. Another interesting fact I noticed about this anime is that the ending song has a famous dance trend which has been performed by all their main cast of voice actors and also the band members themselves. The song itself is called Tudoron by Kochoni Kento. The author of Kuroko no Basket, he gave us a new shonen. His name is Sadoshi Fujimaki, and his new work, Kill Blue, reminds me painfully of, well, two shows of the beginning after the end, in the sense that the protagonist, well, in the other show he's a king, he has a king mindset, while this one has like an old man assassin mindset and navigating teenagerhood and a different generation or world setting. And also, it reminds me of Detective Conan, where in a sense that she got drugged and became a child, assassin himself got bitten by an artificial wasp and became a high schooler. If you see what I mean. I like how throughout the show, he didn't feel like he was losing his Osan vibes. He was only discovering new parts of himself, including how, as an assassin, he actually left education, like let's say middle school, quite early on. He never really got full education. As an adult, when he go back to his high school days, he actually discovered he loved studying and he loved learning new things. And his reaction to this discovery was so funny. His fighting style is very captivating because it screams high-tier access, and I find each of his interactions with potential threats thrilling and fun. Also, clarification, there is absolutely no romance with Noren. I know some that are shippers, I'm a shipper myself. I wouldn't really go as far. Why? Because I think it's obvious from his own monologue why it's morally messed up for him to have a romance with, kind of Noren or any of the girls in that high school. We also got another lovely shape that screams 1000% Kurokuro Basket vibes. So please look forward to it. Final remark, I would love for you to pay attention to the opening. It's called Attitude by aespa. And again, aespa here is a K-pop group who sometimes perform some of their songs in Japanese too. If you have watched the previous season of Dr. Stone, you are aware that there is actually another one going on right now, and the whole 7-year Dr. Stone seasons is gonna be ending fairly soon on 25 June. But in this season, you have got new inventions such as internet, computers, and even going a trip on the moon. Yay! And another cool fact that happened actually was that on the same day the news last season of Dr. Stone had been released, there was a launching of a trip to the moon, which is Artemis 2. First of all, I would like to remind you that there is no nudity fan service, which I highly appreciate. Smart, strong, and instrumental female characters for the plot progress. Many admirable side characters. Distinctive character designs that embody aspects of the personality and role of each character. And very aesthetic art style in the manga, and also you see it in some of the panels. I mean, there are too many characters, side characters, but each of them is very well used. And I can't say that all of them get similar screen time or anything like that, but you can get the feeling that things will not work if they don't work together as a community. The author could have potentially worked further on kind of the social structure and the human nature in depth. However, I can imagine that if the story went on route, things would get much more complicated, and we can even expect some characters to lose their purpose along the way. So I personally respect how the author decided to go on about it, kind of rethink and having shared purpose and, kind of charismatic leaders. I think that makes sense within the context of Dr. Stone. But again, you could always imagine what if things didn't exactly go the way Senku wished for it. Are you a fan of Rakugo? Well, if you are, then you are in for a treat. This manga was personally recommended by Oda himself before even it gets an animation project. One of the Rakugo mangas shows that we already know about is Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju. And the one I'm gonna speak about today is Akane Banashi, delivers a new perspective and excitement around Rakugo for both youth and existing older fans. So there is not so much jargon, and there are frequent explanations, which is something I really appreciate. Although I already have an idea about Rakugo, I like having more, I would say, detail each single piece they are presenting, and also different techniques, and if they make sense, and how they get there. Like different Rakugo players have their own styles. So that's something I really appreciate about this series. The animation had skillfully conveyed the subtle movement and expressions changed during performances, which is really admirable. And if you want to learn and enjoy a variety of Rakugo performances, I highly recommend this show. I'm really happy that you are watching again my videos. I'm looking forward to giving you more interesting recommendations that are absolutely worth your time as usual. Another gift from me, 愛してる